Hey guys, my brother made a video called Compound Interest and Gaming Addiction. It's a great introduction to compound interest for anyone that doesn't know compound interest outside of money and outside how, essentially he basically boils down the fact that if you exercise, you might actually also eat better and things like this. These decisions compound for the rest of your life. I actually want to talk about the second topic, which is gaming addiction. So most people know me. I game a lot. I love gaming. I'm a big fan of gaming, and I want to tell you some of the solutions that I've come up to help me manage my gaming. Now, first of all, the same way that, to be healthy, and for me to be healthy, and everyone knows the solution to become healthy, in my case, is to eat less and move more. Yeah? The concept is easy to understand, but living it and doing it is very hard, especially when you add in, social dynamics and family obligations and blah, 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 Christmas and blah, blah, blah. And so I like to say this very simple, but yet it's hard to master and hard to do. So with the gaming addiction, I just had a very simple rule. Now, this is the rule that I had when I was first at university and as an A-level student. It was very simple. It was do my shit first and then game. And if I didn't do my shit, I'm not allowed to game. It's very simple, but hard to implement. Because if you can just stop yourself from, you want to game, all you want to do is game. But for me, all the energy and all the hunger for me wanting to play the game was covered by the fact that I have shit to do. And that shit needs to be done. And that shit is urgent and important now because all I want to do is game. And so I used all that energy to allow myself to game is to do the shit. And so if I didn't do the shit, I would just never, I wouldn't even turn the computer on. I'm not allowed to. That's how I managed it for university and A-levels, which are very, urgent and important, very easy to when you have exams. This solution didn't actually work for me when I started the job. Because when you have a job, what the beauty of a job is, you have an 8 to 5 and, your shit's done. So once you're home, all you want to do is game. So that didn't work for me. But this solution works for me if you're a student. You have shit to do your shit first, and then game. The 8 to 5, what worked the best for me when I was doing 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then game, the management of that is I was trying to work out why people game. Why do people game, and what's fun about gaming, right? So I can't remember the exact graph, but it's something like some people game for trolling, some people game for community, some people game to experience, like fantasy or movie, like the immersion. And some people like the challenge of the game. Now, this is not the correct graph. I'm sure someone in the community could tell me what the graph is. But essentially, these are the 4 reasons that people game. And I try to work out what the reason for me to game was. And for me, it was a challenge. I like hard games in a fair ground. And then community. That was a big thing for me in community. Now, with these 2 things, the best game for me was I love CSGO. CSGO is fair ground. Everyone's on equal basis. The economy makes sense, and everyone starts from square one. And you just build a community and you get better. You work together to get better. League of Legends also has the same aspects, right? And so the rule that worked for me and worked surprisingly well was I would only game if my friend was online. Now, I'm now talking to Joe, my friend here who Pyeongtae was addressing in the video. Joe, I reached Global Elite, and for people that don't know what Global Elite is in CSGO. Global Elite is this rank here in CSGO where it's a distribution. There you go. So I was this percent of Global Elite, the bell distribution, blah, blah, blah. And it takes time and commitment. And one of the benefits of gaming is that it taught me how to work. It taught me that not everyone can game 12 or more hours a day. And to sit down and game and just do that, and the primary focus is just sit down and game, that's quite hard to do. Especially not sacrificing relationship problems and all that kind of stuff. And at this time, I had work, I had girlfriend, and I did this more when I was at university and all that kind of stuff. But still, it's not everyone can sit down and just focus on the game for 12 hours. And that allowed me to persevere and do hard things as long as I can gamify the solution. Today, my business is, my stocks are gamified. The productivity system that I do is all gamified, all scored, all gives me the dopamine high that the games do. Because if you break down a game A game, like Super Mario, is just a sequence of buttons that you press at a certain time in certain order. So it's like press A, press B, press left arrow, press right arrow. But they made it fun by adding music, by adding color, by adding vibrancy. So anything that's boring can be made fun. So I learned this process called gamifying. I've gamified my stocks. I gamified my productivity. I gamified my cash flow. I gamified anything that was hard. And so I gamified the exercise I don't want to do. I gamified my calendar system. I gamified my whole business to make it fun for me, to make me move. Because I gotta do the stuff that's important, but not urgent. Because if we only do stuff that's urgent and important, we're always under fire. And so I actually disagree with my brother in the sense of that he said that there's something that I learned from game. With game, I learned that I actually have the mindset and the capability to sit there and focus. If my want and need was to reach global elite in this case. Can I reach global elite in anything else? Maybe in business, maybe in life, maybe in relationships, maybe whatever. And with that mindset, I could keep growing and I could keep going. And I know for a fact that because you game and all you think about is game, you've just been stuck in the illusion of someone else's system. If you can gamify your life, you have the power and the drive to accomplish anything else, especially what not the average person can. Because I know, Joe, that you have an obsessive personality. You just need to focus that energy to make the stuff that's hard for you right now very obsessive and very fun. And the process that I call is gamify. I have literally gamified money. I've gamified time. And unfortunately, you are in a game, and the game is life. And in life, it is pay to win. But you better make it fun. Because otherwise, you're gonna have a miserable life. Good luck and have fun.